You was born for big things, never settle for less. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Camilo and I'm from Colombia. And today, I'm gonna tell you the story about how this sentence changed my life. I was born in the east of my country, in a little town called Puerto Rico. There is an scenario, a beautiful, beautiful town. But there was the scenario of a lot of battles between the FARC and the government of Colombia. One of them was remembered as the biggest guerrilla attack in the story, when more than 2,500 guerrilla people take my town. In that moment, me and my family have to hide us under the bed and pray and hope that anything bad gonna happen. After 2 weeks, we can get out with the knock of a door. And there was a person who told us that we have to move from that place or they will kill us. My family, of course, take our stuff and we go for the only truck in that little town. In that moment was a banana truck. We moved to the next town, and there happened one of the saddest moments of my life. I went to the school as a normal kid, and there one day I say, my uncle, please go for me to the school. He said yes, and when he was waiting for me in the door of the school, and I listened the ring that announced the finish of the classes, start a combat. A person who was behind my uncle shot him 2 times in front of me. I feel really sad in that moment and run to try to hug him in my hands, but of course I was so little compared with him. And in that moment he told me something that changed my life. Life is too short to be sad. Don't forget to smile, and you was born for big things. Don't settle with less. At that moment, I was scared, and I ran to tell my grandmother what happened. There, I watched the destruction of my little town. The blood on the streets, the people died, the people crying, and was disappointing to be there. My family and I decided to move to Bogota, the capital of the city. But we don't have money, we don't have food, we don't have even a place to stay. We have to live in the streets. With the time, lives change. And the thing that changed my life was scouting. In that time, my biggest dream was become a soldier to fight against the FARC and finish them. And one day I saw those kids, a troop, was perfectly uniformed, and I say, oh, they are like mini soldiers. So I say, it's perfect for me. But for a coincidence, the son of my teacher was a scout, and he invited me for one meeting. And I say, yes, of course I want. I went there, and you know what? I hate it. Because they wasn't mini soldiers. They wasn't. So I just leave it and never go back to this group. So I started my studies in a military school, and there I met with an arts teacher. He was a scout leader. And he makes me feel proud of myself because I draw a lot of things that I remember of my childhood. And he said, you're good, you're talented, you can do big things. And I remember the words of my uncle in that moment. He invited me for a scout meeting in his group. And I say yes. Again, but I say like, yes. In that moment, he gave me my uniform after 1 year to start to go to the group. And during this year, he taught me how to change the world. And I changed my mind. Now, I didn't want to kill every person in the FARC. I want to change them in good person. because good persons can create a better world. In 2015, I had the opportunity to go Guatemala City to win an event called the Inter-American Leadership Training. There, I met 60 brothers and sisters in a scout, and they give me the confidence, the strength, and all that I need to have the courage to tell my story. So I was a new person, but to create a better world, I need to create a better Camilo. So what I did, I go back from my little town, and for a coincidence, I was the person that 15 years ago killed my uncle in front of me. I feel really sadness and scared, but I go to him and I say something really important. Hi, my name is Camilo, and maybe you don't remember me, but I was the child that 15 years ago was in front of you when you killed this man. I don't know if you remember, but I'm here to tell you something today. I forgive you. And something more important, I hope that you can forgive yourself. I just go back because I start to cry and I don't want that he watch me cry. And well, I go back to Bogota and I was really motivated. What can I do to change the world? So I'm an artist. So what I do, I made a short film. This short film tells my story to the world with a message of peace, forgiveness, and reconciliation. In Inter-American Leadership Training, I made a Messengers of Peace program. And now, I become a Messengers of Peace. Because the peace is the message that I want to give all the world. In 2017, I got another excellent opportunity. I went to the World Scout Conference and World Scout Youth Forum in Azerbaijan. And what happened there? It's a training in dialogue for peace. I say dialogue, peace, sounds like Colombia needs that. And of course, I learned a lot of things that now I want to apply in my country to better the understanding, the love, the peace. So, in that moment, I think that Colombia needs scouting. The world needs scouting. Now, I'm a different person. I want to dialogue more, to learn more, and to forgive all the people in Colombia. But beginning is that every people in Colombia forgive themselves. Thank you very much, and don't forget, create a better world.